welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachel
and Neal Young. So we're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachel and Neal Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the podcast. Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
You know, over here, I'm pitting out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that? Hey!
This episode is brought to you by my admin. Well, HD Photo Hub, which is basically like having an admin.
That's right. And it's not just a delivery platform. It's a powerhouse designed to make your work shine. From stunning teaser videos and social media reels to custom property websites and polished printable flyers, HD Photo Hub automates it all so you can focus on what matters, growing your business.
That's right. When I wake up in the morning and how's that song go?
I don't know. I'm not singing on the podcast, Neal. It's not happening.
We want to talk about morning routine today. When you wake up in the morning and what you do to start your day and how it can impact your whole day. And even according to some studies, structured morning routines can actually just in general help your cognitive response, and even in older demographics, it can help prevent the decline of your cognitive skills for also 1 to 2 years in this study that I just saw.
Wow.
Just by having structure of, healthy mindset and healthy diet and stuff like that with a solid structure for that could actually keep you from losing your brain for a couple of years.
Yes.
What?
And one of the stats that I heard, which I find to be extremely encouraging for me to get up early or do something right before bed, is that when we're sleeping, it's our subconscious mind that's driving, right? And that's where we can like absorb and learn stuff, even when we're not awake. And your subconscious mind is the most open when you first wake up in the morning. So whatever you're feeding it, you're going to absorb it better than if you go into like the middle of your day. Oh. So it's right before you go to bed and right when you wake up in the morning. You're actually is the best time to learn because your subconscious mind is.
So your subconscious is kind of like that chill hippie who's like, will totally listening, like, yeah, tell me more, dude.
Yeah.
And then later in the day, your brain's like, nah, let's get back to work. Let's go.
Yeah. The subconscious mind is shut off. You are now. It's always running. I mean, we're always like, when you're on autopilot, that's your subconscious mind running the day. Like when you're driving and you forget, you're like, I don't even remember driving. But obviously you were. That was your subconscious mind doing most of the work. So there's some crazy number about how much of the day we actually live in our subconscious mind. And it's an alarming amount of time. I found that I don't remember the stat. We should look that up. But anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, creating a morning routine can just boost your real estate photography business altogether and your life. And I am living proof of this because I did not have this structure for the morning routine until I got divorced and started this business. And I started getting up early and really enjoying my morning time and tried to set a morning routine for myself. And it's a struggle every day. But I do it because I always feel better after I do it.
Well, tell me what. Well, I think first things first is my hardest part with my morning routine is my night owl night routine.
But your morning could be just later. You don't have to get up at 5 a.m.
Oh, true. Good point.
You could get 8 hours of sleep or however many hours you need.
When you have kids, I feel like that's harder because once the kids are up, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where in my brain, it's like, if I could only get up a little earlier because the quiet time, and I think that's partly why the nighttime is better because people go to sleep and I can focus, but like morning routine, I need more of it. And I'm slowly getting a few things in my morning routine and a few things I'm adding as I go with some more health stuff and whatever like we talked about recently. But I'd like to hear about how does your routine go exactly?
Yeah, it's kind of morphed with whatever is going on in my life and what I want to focus on.
It's probably changed since you have a mule as well.
I have a mule. I have like 2 hours of a morning routine now, which is obnoxious. And I never the first 2 weeks we should talk about the mule real quick because this is the new edition.
Why wouldn't we? Every episode we have to now.
I mean, we need an update, right? So we drove 9 hours
What's
south.
the mule's name, first of all?
Her name is Kada. And we picked her up about 2.5 weeks ago. When this episode comes out, it'll be probably 4 weeks. So about a month ago. And she's adorable. She's amazing. We ride her. My daughter and I ride her. She's trained till she's actually braying right now. Braying is the donkey sound that they make. So the funny thing about a mule, it's a half horse, half donkey. It's got a horse mom, donkey dad. This one, the horse was a draft horse, quarter horse, so it's big. Oh, and my daughter's here, ready to ride her mule, and she has her outfit on. We're podcasting, dear.
Psst. Sorry to interrupt. If you haven't heard, Rach and I are using Pixl CRM.
Pixl CRM isn't just another boring tool. It's basically your business's best friend. With Pixl CRM, you can automate your lead generation, follow-ups, client communication, and stay top of mind with email campaigns. And there's just so much more.
And if you want, you can try it out today. Just go to pixelcrm.com/STS, and you're going to get the first month of Pixl CRM free. Yes.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Let's go.
Got a mule. Her name's Kata. She's half horse and half donkey. She's a quarter horse, draft horse, and a donkey dad. So mom horse, dad donkey. Everyone always asks, why did you get a mule? Like, aren't they untrainable? No, they are very trainable. They're just different than horses. The reason we got a mule is because they require less space, and we only have 1 acre to keep her on, really like a half acre. So they don't need to like run around like horses. They eat less, about half as much as a horse. They do not require shoes. Most of them do not, so that's cheaper. And they make really cute donkey noises. I mean, who wouldn't want that in their yard every day?
They've got really cute big ears.
Oh, and the ears. Oh my, 12-inch ears she has. They're darling. She's so cute.
Yeah,
she's just got a fun little personality. So the thing about, like, everyone says, aren't they really stubborn? It's like, well, they're not stubborn. They're just really cautious animals. Like horses will like bolt and book it if they're scared. And a mule will like stop and evaluate and think their way through situations more so than a horse will. So they're very intelligent animals. They're very strong, and they're very, very stubborn in a sense, but they'll test you. Like we're riding, and there's one corner of the arena where the sprinkler hits it, and it's a little bit slippery. And she slipped a couple times, so she's learned like, oh, I don't want to go in that corner because it's slippery. Well, I have to really pull her over there to get her to go in that area, but she will, every single time we go around the arena, she will test me and try not to go in that area. And like yesterday, she wanted to go in and eat, so she kept turning around when Deb was on her and trying to go back through towards the barn to go to the gate. And I go, do not let her do that. She's testing you. Like, you've got to win. And that's what the gal we bought her from, the mule trainer, she was like, you cannot let her win. She will test you continuously, and you have to make sure that you make her do what you want her to do, no matter how long it takes. So like if we're trying to walk through water and she won't walk through the water, we could be there for an hour trying to get her to walk through. Because if she doesn't do it, then she's the leader and she's winning, and then she feels like she can do whatever she wants. So there's a little bit of like this game that you play with her all the time. You're always trying to like one up her, make sure she knows who's in control, but it's fun. It's really
so you
fun.
have 2 teenage daughters then? Is that what's happening?
Exactly.
Well, is Devin a teenager?
Devin's right next to me eating watermelon, and she just looked at me like, what?
Did he say about me? What? And then she did a hair toss like, what?
Yeah, and I got like the evil eye,
Yeah. Well, I deserve the evil eye, not you. You did nothing.
I know. I'm just sitting here. Don't glare at me.
Yeah, glare at me, Devin. I can take it because I've already had a teenage daughter. She's 23 now.
Yeah, Neal did it. He's done with one. Now he's got to do it again.
I got to do it again.
So anyways, the Mule is great. We're having a lot of fun on her. We recorded a YouTube video yesterday that's going on my daughter's channel called Riding Dares. And one of my favorite dares that we did, we had to ride around the arena at a canter, which is like a gallop, like a run, on her bareback, trying to put on lipstick.
That's
so
hilarious.
we did like hot pink lipstick, and we did pretty good, surprisingly. But
You did
anyways,
too good. I expected to see the lipstick like straight up over your face.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm a good little rider. What can I say?
I guess.
So was Deb. She did great too.
A lot of years of practice while you're driving your car, no doubt. Same difference.
For sure. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely it. So anyways,
I would not have succeeded.
you want to hear something crazy?
What?
She poops almost an entire wheelbarrow full of poop every day and eats half as much as a horse. I'm like, how much does a horse poop? This seems excessive.
Where does all this poop go when you only have an acre?
Well, we have the poop on one end of the property and her on the other end. So it goes out by the road, and we're going to put a tarp over it so it doesn't stink. And then I'm going to put a sign out on the road that says free manure, you haul, and people will come get it for their gardens. So we'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
especially in September. Like fall and spring is when you rototill and trim and add that manure in, I guess. That's what my dad said. So I was like, okay, so I should get my sign made, get it
Yeah,
out there.
get your sign up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got a mountain of poop all winter. It'll be a good
Yeah,
sledding hill though.
definitely. It's going to smell great. You're going to come out. Gross. Okay. Let's talk
This has
about,
nothing to do with morning
well, it kind of
habits.
is leading into it because part of my morning routine is picking up donkey or mule poop every morning. What? Oh, how tall she is? Oh, her. Oh, okay. Devin wanted me to tell you that she's 15 one hands and she's 1,100 pounds. She's a big
Wow.
girl and
Yeah.
she's like a dark bay, kind of brown black color.
Yeah.
She's kind of lightened in the summer, but she looks like kind of that traditional donkey coloring with like the white nose, like lighter colored nose. She has little light rings around her eyes and then the dark face. She's super cute. Okay, so morning routine. Let's get back on track here because we need to talk about this because it's very important for your business. My morning routine every day that I do without failing is I wake up and I brush my teeth. And that's the first thing I always do. I know that sounds stupid. Devin's looking at me like I'm crazy. And then I go get a glass of lemon water because it hydrates you. It gives you vitamin C.
After you brush your teeth,
Yes.
you then do lemon
Lemon
water.
water. It does not bother me. Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
But isn't that bad for your teeth?
No. Why would it be bad for your teeth?
It's very acidic.
Acidic?
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, is it better on dirty teeth than clean teeth?
No, but when you brush your teeth, it gets rid of the acidity on your teeth, so it doesn't attack your enamel, I would think.
I'm not worried about my enamel being attacked. I don't know, Neil, but that's what I do every day. Okay, and I'm not stopping because of the enamel on my teeth. They look fine.
Your
Look how
whole
white they are.
routine is
See?
going to be thrown off tomorrow now.
Now I'm going to be all paranoid and be like, shoot, I got to take the lemon out of my water. Lemon is shown to increase your metabolism if you drink it first thing in the morning. It's supposed to be really good for you.
I was just thinking, do your lemon water first and then brush your teeth. That's all I was thinking.
I don't think it matters which order I do it in, but I just do not like the taste in my mouth when I wake up. Like that's the first thing I have to do is brush my teeth. Then I I make my coffee. And then I usually finish putting away the dishes because I did the dishes the night before and they're on the counter. So I like to have like a clean slate for the day because I'm going to be making breakfast for the kids and lunch and all that. So I get kind of organized. Make my coffee, which I now do a French press, which takes like solid 10 minutes to make, maybe
And now
longer.
you're staining your teeth with
Yeah.
coffee, just so you know.
Then I
But,
stain
okay.
them with coffee, right? But I don't care. It's fine, Neil. I don't drink red wine anymore. So there we go. That's,
Evens it out. Okay, good.
yeah. Yeah.
Moving on. And used to drink that in the morning as well.
Yeah. And then I've been trying really hard to read the Bible every morning. And it just helps me to just ground myself in the word. I pray before I read. And then I read usually just like a page or two. It's not even a lot. And I kind of reflect on it. I have a ESV version of the Bible. It's a study Bible. So it breaks down kind of what each verse means below. So I'll read, a couple verses, whatever, and then I'll read kind of the translation so I can really understand on a deeper level of what it's talking about if I'm confused at all, which I like that. And then after that, what do? I go outside usually. I clean the cat boxes because I have 3 cats, 3 cat boxes. Feed the ferret, feed the cats, and feed the dog. Let the dog out to go. The dog barks the whole time I'm reading. She has to go out and then she has to come in and then she's hungry for food and then she has to go out again to poop. So it's every time I sit down to read the Bible, it's like the devil trying to distract me. The dog is the devil. Dev goes, Lexi is not the devil. Anyways, and then
There's a lot of poop in your morning
there
ritual
really is.
so far.
and
just
then
so you know.
I have to just kidding. I'm not.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Gross. Kata eats. I'm trying to feed her around 7:30 in the morning because I don't want to get her in the habit of eating at 5:30 or 6 a.m. because that's early. But she's out there braying. She does. Oh, I didn't tell you. So mules they have very different sounds. They either sound like a horse or they sound like a donkey or they sound like a combination of the two. And I didn't know what she sounded like until we brought her home. And she does like a nicker, like a horse. When you walk up to her, she goes, ooh, ooh, kind of that little, like her little lips flutter, and then
Yeah.
her little nostrils flutter a little.
Yep.
And then she does the full on donkey bray. Like she sounds just like a donkey. She doesn't really have much
You
of a
got to
whinny.
give us the bray. You gave us the other one.
I can't do it. Oh, oh, it's so loud, Neil.
Yes.
There it is.
I don't know if I
You
picked it
can't
up.
hear it because I have the mic. It
Yeah.
cancels out background noise, but that was
Yeah, it
perfect
does.
timing. That was awesome. It's more of like a
Probably because she probably heard your eeyaw. Yeah,
yeah,
do
she
it.
like
Do it again.
sucks in and it's really high pitched, and then out is more like, anyways, I
There's
have a
no way this isn't going
video.
to be real on social media, by the way. That was amazing. I'm
Anyways,
so glad you did that.
so
Is that the combo or is that the donkey? What's that?
that's pretty much just donkey.
And so
Some of them have
how's
like
the
a
combo go?
it's like a that with a little bit of a whinny in there too. It's crazy. It's like they're very confused, like they don't know what they are. I just can't figure it
Identity
out.
crisis. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I think I'm a donkey, but I'm part horse. I can't figure it out. It's really cute. It's really cute.
Rach, can you imagine if you had to go back to a world pre-HD Photo Hub?
Oh, no way. No, HG Photo Hub literally saved my life during the COVID craze. With online ordering, their invoicing, the photo delivery, the Google integration, and just having everything on one platform, HG Photo Hub really does it all. And I cannot imagine my business without it.
Same. Pre-HD Photo Hub, I feel like I was just spending all my time chasing my own tail. It was horrible. The good news is our listeners get a special deal. If you enter the code STS, you're going to get 10 free full marketing kit deliveries. Remember, enter the code STS. Well, that's funny.
Okay, so morning routine. So I go out and I check on the chickens, make sure they have water. I pull the eggs. I bring out like a little carton. It looks like one of the cartons that you get like fresh berries. You know, little green cartons you get like fresh berries. It's that, but it's ceramic and it's bigger. So I'll take that out with me and I'll grab eggs. And then I have like 4 rows of raspberry bushes it's probably 30 feet of raspberry bushes times 2. So like 60 feet of raspberry, maybe not that much. It's a lot of raspberries. So I pick raspberries, which I'm freezing for winter so I can put them in my yogurt, which I'm excited about. That's a whole process too. I lay them out, I rinse them and lay them out to dry, and then I put them on a plate on a single layer and put them in the freezer, and then I put them in a Ziploc bag. I have like half of a gallon sized bag, and I've been doing this for 2 weeks. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of work. And then I have blueberries, so I pick my blueberries, and then what else did I do? Oh, I throw the chickens mealworms because they like those. They're like larvae, little.
Yeah.
They're gross, but they love them. And then I feed Kata. I have to put her halter on and put fly spray on her so she doesn't get attacked by flies. And then I put her fly mask on, and then I have to feed her grain and feed her. I have to like sweep off her mat so she doesn't eat on the dirt because that can make her sick. So anyways, then I feed her hay, and then I leave her alone for the day for a while. And then I pick up all of her poop, dump the
Well,
wheelbarrow.
so far, I think that everybody can relate, and maybe we should just make an outline that everybody could just follow these steps so far.
Here's what you have to do.
But it
every
really
day.
applies to everyone, I think.
You want to know the best part? I have house sitters that need to do this. I mean, they don't need to pick the berries. They don't need to mess with the chickens. They really just need to take care of Kata and pick up the poop. But one of my girlfriends, remember Creighton, the life coach that we had on? Yeah. So him and his wife their kids are going to stay here while we're gone because they actually moved out of state and they're in town. And they had like this 5-day gap where they didn't really have a place to stay. They have a house they Airbnb, and it happened to get booked during that week. So they were like, shoot, we're going to have to find a place to stay for 5 or 6 days. And it was like the perfect timing. It was right when I'm going to be out of town and needed a house sitter. So she's like, I'll stay there. It's perfect. And I'm like, great. I don't have to pay a house sitter. But she's pregnant. And I'm like, does Creighton know what he's getting into? Because he's going to have to do the cat boxes, the ferret cage, the picking up of the mule poop, the feeding the mule. They have 3 smaller children. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
You legit are running a zoo, just so you know.
Pretty much. So my morning routine. Oh, and then I have to water the plants because we have a sprinkler system that Abel finally fixed, and it works great, except it doesn't water the vine area. It doesn't like where the raspberries are. It doesn't water my new stepping stones with like ground cover, and it doesn't water the front like planters that I just replanted. So it's probably 15 minutes of watering, maybe 20 of hand watering every morning or every other morning.
Do you put on clogs before you do all of these things? I'm just trying to envision how
I have
this
Romeos that I wear.
clogs and your little pitcher and your little like water thing for the
I have a little
flowers.
apron that I wear and a sun hat.
Yes.
And yeah, my clogs. And I say hi to my gnomes as I walk out to my garden.
Oh, you're going to be the crazy lady with the gnomes, aren't you?
I already am. No, I don't have gnomes. No gnomes. No gnomes. I went to a garage sale the other day and this lady was like, She was like, oh, a garden gnome. She goes, well, everybody needs a garden gnome. Who doesn't have a garden gnome? And I was like, I don't think I have a garden gnome. I said it out loud. And Abel goes, you did. You threw it away. And I was like, oh,
Don't say that to this lady.
I guess we need to take that garden gnome home.
Oh
Anyways,
gosh.
so my morning routine has changed a lot because it used to be I wake up, drink my coffee while I read the Bible. I do some journaling. I was doing a daily growth journal, which was like journal about what you read. And then I would work out and then shower and get ready for work. But now that I have all these animals, I haven't really been working out. I have like a walking pad under my desk, so I tend to use that. But the one thing I do notice, like some days I have to get up and just work. Like I've got too much to do, not enough time. So I get up, I make my coffee, and I'm sitting here doing work stuff at my desk for the first hour I wake up, you know? And that's okay. Like it's okay if I do that 1 or 2 days a week. Like it's not going to totally derail the benefits of actually having your morning routine. And that's to be expected as a business owner in my mind, you know, and it's like just having that grace to allow yourself to have those days where like sometimes you can't do your morning routine. Sometimes it's going to be interrupted, but to make a valiant effort to get back onto that morning routine is where it's really important. Yeah. The exercising for me has been, I was doing the 6-pack, which they shut down. They're no longer doing it.
Oh, really?
I know. It's so sad. I don't think enough people were doing it. You know, Jeff and Anton joined the founder, Alan. They joined him and bought into his program, which is like $25,000 a year or something to be coached on one-on-one with him. And then they came up with a cheaper version for the general public, but it was like $300 a month to join and have all the perks of like the calls with Alan and which were like Zoom calls. But you had access to Alan, the app and all that. And I honestly just think it was too expensive for what it was. That's my personal opinion. But I think Jeff and Anton, they were done with their year with Alan. And I think maybe they just were like, we've done this for a year, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I don't know why they quit it. I didn't ask. Maybe I should ask them why. I would imagine the time commitment, the amount of people they had in it. It was hard to retain people and keep them because it is such a very, very strict meal plan and diet plan. It's a bodybuilder lifestyle, which is very strict. I mean, you can cheat all you want, but you're not going to see the results, you know, if you're cheating all the time. So It works. It worked. And I have the meal plans. I have the workout. So I'm like, I'm still doing it. But I had to quit working out for 3 months to heal my body. So I have not worked out in 3 months, maybe a couple times here and there. But I'm supposed to be getting back into working out. And I need to add that into my morning routine. And I just have zero motivation to work out. Like, I always do this, Neal. It's like I work out really hard for 6 to 9 months or 3 to 6 months, whatever. And then I stop and I fall off for a few months and then it's so hard to get back. But once I start working out again, I feel so much better. It's like every day. So I need to start somehow finding the time to work it into my morning routine, which I just don't think I have time to work anymore because I'm just a farm girl now.
You are. It's literally what your whole morning is. Totally a farm girl morning, which to me sounds, even though it's hard work, it does sound very, I think it would make me feel very chill to do some of that stuff first thing in the morning.
And you know what the thing is for me, like this has been a dream of mine for a long time to have a mule or a donkey or a horse on the property.
And the whole environment, right?
Oh yeah, totally. And I grew up on 5 acres, you know, we had horses growing up. So I love being outside. I absolutely love being outside, especially in summer. So for me to go out and like pick raspberries and the sun shining on me, you know, it's early morning, so it's not hot, but it just feels great, you know, to be out there. We have a little barn with a little tack room and the hay's in there and stuff. And on the front porch of the barn are 2 little chairs that's in the paddock where the mule hangs out. So one morning I went out there with my coffee and I just sat down in the chair. Kata was eating her breakfast and one of my little kitties was out and she came up and jumped on my lap and sat with me. And I just sat there and pet the cat and drank my coffee for probably like 15 minutes. And I had no phone. It was so relaxing. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I've made it. This is what life is about right here.
It does sound awesome. No joke. That sounds
so
really cool.
Relaxing and so comfortable.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. So for me to reduce my stress levels, that was the biggest problem of why I needed to heal my body, is my stress was just too high. So for me, getting Kata and having to go outside more and take care of her and do these things is a way of me de-stressing. Like to a lot of people, it probably sounds stressful, but it's actually not. For me, it's very relaxing. I enjoy it until I don't have time. And then I'm stressed because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do and I don't have enough time. Like today, I was like, "Argh." But it's just, how am I going to schedule the rest of my day? This is something I have to schedule in every day. I don't really have much of a choice. So It just means more shoots for my shooters. And if I need to hire more people, we'll hire more people. We'll get
Yeah,
it going. So
I like
it's
that.
good. It's
I
good.
like that. Very
Yeah.
cool.
But I just think it's really important to just start your day out with the intention of setting the expectations for the rest of the day. Like one thing that I wrote, I read High Achievement Habits. And one of the things they tell you to do is to add a note in your phone and write 3 words for how you want to show up for your day. So every morning at 7 a.m., I get a little alert on my phone that says fun, inspiring, and attentive. I see it every day. How to not remember that? So I want to be fun. That's one of my main core values, right? So every day I want to show up and have fun with everything I'm doing. Otherwise, what's life all about? Attentive, because I want to be a better listener. I want to ask better questions. I want to be more engaged. I want to be more present when I'm around people so that I can connect on a deeper level, because that is something that I have to make an effort to do because it wasn't really ingrained in me as a child. I want to show up and be attentive and be able to listen fully and be fully engaged in conversations and to ask good questions to get to know people better and to show up as a good leader. And I think a lot of that is me giving my full attention to something like in the moment when we're here, when we're doing it. It's really easy for me to get distracted and to be thinking about 5 steps ahead when I'm right here. And it's rude, honestly. Like, I feel bad sometimes I'm talking to my husband and I'm up here and he's talking to me and he will be like, okay, I'm going to let you go. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, sorry, babe. He's like, I know you're answering emails and you're whatever, doing your thing. I was like, okay, I'm just trying to multitask and do too many things at once, you know? So for me, like, I don't want people to feel that way when they leave talking to me. I want them to feel like they got my full attention. So that's a big one. And then inspiring. I want to inspire others to be great. And by inspiring others, it holds myself accountable for doing the things I said I was going to do, like my morning routine and my workouts. And that inspires people. So I've had a lot of people, when I post something about a workout, they're like, oh, thank you. You inspired me to work out today. I'm like, yay, I'm glad. You know, so that's important.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see a reel of your morning routine with the
I'll make
mule
one.
and all this stuff. It sounds so amazing. Yeah.
All right. So here are some of the benefits of having a morning routine. You have increased productivity throughout your day. You have more clarity. A lot of people in the morning do like a morning meditation or like mindfulness practices, which really, really help with clarity, increase productivity, reducing stress, and like just overall having a positive mindset. So yeah, those things, kind of some of the benefits of it. So one thing when I had a book that I wanted to read, I would read that in the morning instead of the Bible. Like I would read 20 minutes every morning, and you'd be shocked at how quickly you can fly through these books when you're reading every day. And it just takes 20 minutes a day. Like it's nothing. You spend 20 minutes scrolling through social media in the morning, like be real, or checking your email when you shouldn't be, you know?
Yeah.
Setting these goals for yourself in the morning to do these things. It's like when you accomplish these goals and these things you've set out for you to do, it builds your confidence. That at the end of the day, it's just like, I said I was going to do this and I did it. And I feel good about it because I did what I said I was going to do. I'm showing up for myself. And these are things you're doing for you. Now, morning stuff is like, what do I want to improve on? You know, is it my body, my health, my mindset? Do I want to work or learn something new? Like this is a great time for you to just have me time, really.
Yeah.
You know, and that'll help you in your business too, give you more confidence going forward in your business. So very, very helpful to have that morning routine.
Yeah.
What do you do for your morning routine? I didn't even ask.
Oh, well, I don't have a lot in my morning routine. I do a lot of my repetitive, well, just I guess a lot of my repetitive stuff happens maybe at nighttime more, but basically in the morning, I wake up, I go downstairs if it's school or right now my daughter's going to summer camp, you know, basically it's about getting her ready and out the door. So I'm making, putting together lunch. I feed the dogs, let out the dogs, let them back in, make sure that my daughter's up and, getting dressed and make sure she has all her, her sunblock, her water bottle, her, her food, her snack, her towel, her goggles for summer camp because they have a pool and all that. So I'm doing that stuff. And right now it's funny, my routines kind of got messed up a little bit because during the school year, I was always dropping my daughter. I would drive her to school, drop her off. She takes the bus on the way home. But I drop her off in the morning and walk her in, and I like that. Walking her in is fun, and I enjoy seeing all the kids. I love seeing the kids walking out. They're just because they're at that age that it's just so fun that they're just like full of joy, and it's like I don't know how you can't just feel good when you see these kids all bouncing all over and going to school. So I do that. But right after that, I would normally hop on Morning Mindset, which is the KW office invited me to join in on that a while ago. And that's the one thing that got messed up because it was like in my system for when I hop back in the car, I turn on Morning Mindset. So since the summer, like literally I went, oh, it's Tuesday again. And I still haven't watched Morning Mindset. It's just not in my system for this. I still haven't kind of worked it in, even though like the summer's almost over. But that's something that I like too, because it kind of focuses you on, there's a lot of positive stuff they talk about. What's working in your business? What's something good that's happened this week or today? And it's kind of helps you gear up for a positive day. So I do like that. That's kind of part of my ritual. And then, when I brush my teeth like you do, I'm still doing, this is one thing I'm stuck with because I love that it goes really, there's really no excuse, even though I try to excuse myself, even though there is no excuse. Even when you brush your teeth, I do my 10 squats. That's part of my ritual. 10 to however many makes sense, but I do feel good about that. Like you said, it's a small task that I can accomplish that I'm like every day I'm like, well, I actually did something I should be doing, even though it's a tiny thing. Over time, doing it every day, every time you brush your teeth, it actually adds up and it actually feels good. And then I started doing I've done a protein shake a lot, but now I've added my protein shake with my banana. I've added all these additional nutrients and vitamins and stuff. So that's feeling good. And now I've just recently starting doing matcha tea, which from the reunion I was just at, they had this family there that was there originally for reunion like in 1989 or something like that. They came and they had pictures. It was crazy. And some of my friends when they were kids met their daughter and stuff. And they did a whole tea ceremony, a Japanese tea ceremony with matcha tea. I never made that connection. Now it's kind of trendy matcha tea, but I never made the connection. I'd seen those tea ceremonies there when I was a kid, but also my mom would take me to some of these art things because she had a Japanese instructor for some pottery and stuff like that. And I've seen these Japanese tea things and always thought they were really cool and the pottery is cool and all that, but never realized that was matcha tea that they did the ceremonies with. So it's healthier for you. It's got good health benefits and cognitive benefits, and it also doesn't like stain your teeth and stuff like that. And I just kind of like things like that. And it's kind of like wine. You can get different grades of tea, and it's a fun thing that I like things like that. So I'm kind of starting on doing the matcha tea to get it. Also, it has a little caffeine in there too. So I've worked that into my routine of the day. But I don't have I want to work in. I still got to work in some kind of meditation or basic exercise outside of like the squats. I'd like to add that into my morning routine too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you got a decent routine. I would highly recommend doing those mindset meetings, though. I think that's great.
Yeah, I got to get back into
That
those.
would help you.
Just made me think of it. I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday and I haven't done it.
Yeah. You're like one of the most positive people I know, though, Neil. You really are.
Huh.
You're super
Thanks, Rach.
positive. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's a couple of quotes from successful entrepreneurs about the importance of morning routine. So Tony Robbins, he's a motivational speaker and entrepreneur, if you didn't know. He said, the way you start your day determines how well you live your day. I really like that one because it's so true. He's a big advocate for morning rituals that include exercise, mindfulness, and goal setting. He has like a cold plunge at his house. It's like a hole in the ground that he jumps into. I've watched his whole reels and stuff. They're great. Robin Sharma is the author of the 5 a.m. Club. She said, own your morning, elevate your life. Or maybe that's a boy. I don't know. Robin could be a girl
Right.
or a boy.
Yeah.
Robin promotes waking up early and using the first hours of the day for self-improvement and planning. 100% agree. Benjamin Spall and Michael Michael Xander, authors of My Morning Routine. They said the secret to a successful day is a successful morning. They highlight how consistent morning habits can significantly impact productivity and mindset. Hal Elrod, author of The Miracle Morning, said, how you wake up each day and your morning routine dramatically affects your levels of success in every single area of your life. So right there are some very successful entrepreneurs who have written books. They're entrepreneurs, they're speakers. They've done big things, and they're all advocates for this morning routine. Makes a big difference. So
Yeah. Cool.
So-
Yeah, and I think just rolling in, like I like your little mantra, the positive things you're thinking about. I think rolling into your day with some kind of focus on something positive that you're going to put energy behind is a good way to just start you rolling in the right direction. So
Hmm.
I think I need to work in something like that too.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk about some key elements for success of your morning routine, things that you could do. So mindfulness and meditation.
Hmm.
You can practice for setting intentions. It kind of helps you to like reduce your anxiety, and it helps you to really gain focus by doing these practices. The meditation doesn't have to be long. It could literally be, there's guided meditations on YouTube that you can do that are like 10 minutes long. They're super easy. So it doesn't have to be an hour or anything, just something short. But the key is consistency, right? Doing it over and over and over will help. I've heard people say that meditation has changed their whole entire life. Like they're like, I started meditating a year ago. I meditate every morning. They're like, it's changed my whole life, my perspective. I'm so much more patient. Like there's a ton of benefits from meditation. So something to think about. Physical
Yeah.
activity, it could be simple stretches, like a stretching routine. You can go for a walk. You can work out and do like a whole full blown workout. Take the dog for a walk. It doesn't have to be really crazy. It can just be something simple. It's just getting your body moving and doing that physical activity. Planning and goal review. So reviewing your daily goals, writing down some affirmations or doing like any visualization exercises. I have a journal right on my chair next to my little Bibles on one side, journals on the other. And the journal I have is I do my finances in that journal. So I write out what my finance goal is for the week. And then I write down everything that I spent for the day before in that journal. I did this for the first 3 months of the year. I haven't done it since. And now that we're doing this podcast, I'm like, I'm going to get back to that because those 3 months that I did that, I actually spent less money because I'm paying attention to it. And I didn't want to write something down. I was like, I don't want to have to write in that journal tomorrow.
That's
I'm going to
interesting.
skip Starbucks. Yeah. A couple other ones are learning and inspiration. So reading a motivational quote, listening to podcasts like Shooting the Shit with Rachel and Neal Young,
Very
or
positive.
yeah, very, very, I hear it's a good one. Yeah. Or consuming industry news that is positive news. I would not turn on your local news. It's pretty negative.
That's a bad start. Yeah.
Yes. Some healthy habits are like hydration, healthy breakfast, or other routines that support physical and mental health. So, which I think I've kind of touched on all of these in my own morning routine, and I kind of like some flex, some go, some stay. Sometimes I go back to old ones that I had, but the point is like I'm always doing something for me in the morning because that is my time, and nobody's up bugging me at that time. The kids are sleeping, the husband's sleeping, like work's phone's not ringing yet. I don't have too many text messages. It's very quiet, so it's
Yeah,
easy
it's
to
true.
really have that quiet time where you just get to focus on yourself and you don't have the stress from the day. That's kind of like, at the end of the day, sometimes you're trying to relax and you can't because your mind's running like a million miles an hour. Like you can't, how are you supposed to absorb and learn and meditate when you're at the end of your day and you're stressed still from the day? It's easier to do it in the morning when you're fresh, I think. So some tips for building your own routine. You can start small, just introduce like one or two habits at a time. Like Neil, how you started doing your brushing your teeth and doing your squats.
Yep.
That is called habit stacking, which
Yep.
is very interesting. So habit stacking basically is taking a existing habit that you already have that's like ingrained, like brushing your teeth every morning, and then adding something onto that you do while you do that too. So you have two habits that you're doing at once. So by Neil doing his squats while he's brushing his teeth is a great example of habit stacking.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yep.
And here's a couple of examples like brushing your teeth, making coffee, or checking your calendar. Like for me, when I check my calendar, I see that little note that I wrote in there every day. It says fun, inspiring, attentive. And I remember, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to show up today. I'm going to be fun, inspiring, attentive, right? And then choose just a small new habit that you want to add in. Don't try to do all of these habits at once. It can be overwhelming and just not really attainable. You don't want to go all in and then realize a week later that, okay, I can't do 2 hours for my morning routine. That's obnoxious. Just start with one, one thing and then add more in.
Yeah, a big part of that KW thing is they always talk about adding new habits, and they say on average it takes something like 67 days to make something into a habit that's just something you will be ingrained that you want to do every time. It takes something, it's on average that long to like the brushing the teeth thing and doing the squats. You really had to force yourself to do it until you get to that point where it's like you want to do it and it becomes a habit at that point.
Right.
And yeah, so start with one, and then once it becomes a habit, you add some more in there. And like another simple example is you can also do like I do I'm not going to do this other thing that's already habit until I do this new thing. So you could do the
Yeah.
same thing with like your coffee. You could say, I don't get, if it's like the coffee is like your treat, I don't get my coffee until I do my 10 push-ups or I do my meditation, then coffee.
Yeah.
So you can kind of build the same habit stacking kind of stuff. But yeah,
Yeah. Or you can think about it like after I do my Bible study, I'm then going to do my journal because it's right next to me and do my
right.
finance journal, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got to obviously got to customize based on your schedule. When it's busy season, you got to give yourself grace. There might be weeks that you can't do this. You fell off. And that's okay. Just remember you got to get back on. It's important to have that time for you. Even if you can do it just on the weekends, if you have some time, just try to get at least a couple days in a week because it gets nuts, when it's busy and especially like these solopreneurs out there doing it all themselves. It can be really overwhelming for sure.
For sure.
So here's a couple challenges that you may find that are preventing you from being able to establish this morning routine. Part of it is waking up too late or feeling unmotivated. So going to bed at a decent hour and making sure you're getting anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night is, preferred. I don't know what you need, Neil. I need at least 7.5. I function way better with 8.5. But if I get 7 hours, I'm usually pretty good. How about you?
I don't, what do I don't know what I get most days. Like recently I haven't got that many, but if I get 7, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel way better with 8 or 9, but that's hard for me to do. Kids are
Yeah.
night owls. And then it
And a
won't
lot of
happen.
times too, I find, it's hard to get out of bed. The times when you're like, I don't want to get up and do that thing. But I have to say that the times that I said I was going to do it and I'm going to get up and do the exercise or whatever it was you wanted to get up earlier to do,
Mhm.
I've never really regretted the getting out of bed. It's never been as bad as it feels when you're going to get out of bed. Do you know what I mean? Once you
Yes.
get up and you
Yeah.
actually start doing the things, I've usually been happy that I was like, oh, and I got to accomplish a couple extra little things in the morning. It made me less stressed out throughout the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm glad I got up that hour earlier or that half hour earlier. So keep that in mind. Try it once and see if you feel the same.
Totally. And then not hitting the snooze button is a game changer. If you can resist hitting that snooze button, you're going to be more awake. It actually makes you more tired when you hit snooze. So there's been tons of studies done on the snooze button. So just if you can resist, don't do it. And then also getting into the habit of when you go to bed, set the intention for the next morning. Okay, I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to drink my coffee while I do my journaling, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do my meditation right when I wake up. And then when you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to do my journal. It's kind of ingrained. So think about it before you go to bed, what you're going to do in the morning, and that'll help you in the morning. And then also setting that first thought that you have in the morning when you wake up, think about instead of being like so tired, like just tell yourself like today's going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. That little positive spin on it will help you to get out of bed. So it's definitely hard. My son's standing here listening. I hope he is going to do this tomorrow morning. He has football weights from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday all summer.
Oh,
The poor
wow.
thing. Yeah. So it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot. And it's hard for him to get up. He's very tired. He doesn't want to get up.
I bet.
The unpredictable, like dealing another challenge is like the unpredictability of our schedules as real estate photographers. Like it's so hard because, we get booked last minute and then everything changes. So that can be really difficult.
Twilight in the summer is murder because you get home so late. Yeah.
Right. And then you're tired in the morning. You're like, I don't want to, and then I got to get up and go to work. It's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or two. Just know that you're going to do
just
it when you can. Or
Get
do,
back to it. when
yeah,
you
or do
can.
a quarter of what you would have done. Do one little thing instead of 3 or 4 things, Yeah. And it's just important to try to stay as disciplined as you can through that busy season because that is the time when you need it more than ever to be able to function highly. And you control the amount of stress that you allow into your life. So if there's areas that are feeling really pinched and really stressful and you don't like the way you feel, there's always a solution of how you can fix that. And a lot of times that means you need to delegate and get more help on the team. So if you're starting to feel that pinch and you don't have time for yourself, you don't have to do this all alone. You can definitely hire help. And
Yeah.
it's well worth the money to give up a little bit of that money to feel good every day because the stress can really get you in this
Agreed.
business. Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me from this episode is that I need to add in my red light therapy, which I was doing, but it kind of counteracts what I was saying about not hitting the snooze button because I would set my alarm for 4:45 and then I'd turn on my red light therapy and say, Alexa, set my alarm for 15 minutes. Then I'd go to bed with the red light therapy just like shining in my face.
What is it, a mask? What is it?
No, it's like a big panel that's on a stand and it's on my nightstand. It's right by my lamp. So it's like face towards me. It's close. It's like within probably 12 inches of my face. And I just turn over towards it. It's so bright. I just fall asleep with it blaring in my face. Some people would tell you need to wear goggles. My doctor was like, you don't need to wear them. I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. So, but it's light therapy is really good for you. It can help with reducing, it's like healing, help with inflammation, reduces wrinkles. Like there's lots of benefits to light therapy. So yeah, whole thing. You just got to make sure you get the right one. Yeah, I think. What did you get? What's your biggest takeaway from this episode?
Yeah, there's lots to work on. I just chip away at things, like adding the extra vitamins and stuff and adding the squats and starting to just add these little things are all small advancements in the right direction where I'm getting better and better. So
Neal, I wanted to give you a shout out because you have made some really big changes in your business in the last like 3 to 6 months in a really positive way to move you forward. And you're reaping the benefits of the hard work that you've put in. And it's really impressive to see you go after it. And just, even though there's not time and, you've got a lot on your plate, you're still managing to figure it out and you're doing it like very gracefully. You don't seem like you're pulling your hair out.
Oh, thanks,
I'm proud
Rachel.
of you. So
Oh,
good job.
thank you. I appreciate it. Well, you know what? I follow in the footsteps of giants. So honestly, you're very motivational to see. It's, I think that's why a lot of people like to listen and see that, when somebody else has done it, and it's easier to go after it too. So thank you for that.
Awesome. You're welcome. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, go out there and habit stack. Maybe you're
Yeah.
going to start doing squats when you brush your teeth. Neal, I want you to up it to 20 squats this week because I do 25 and I had it up to 30 before I was dying. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't, and then I quit because my knee was hurting me. So I quit for about 2 weeks and I just started doing them again. And I can only really do 25 without.
Yeah,
like,
that's always the problem. Like that's when I was doing the push-ups, everybody's like, "Oh, like do more, do more." And it's like
Oh, I forgot.
some of it is just maintenance because
Okay, fine.
when I push it too far, that's what happens. I end up getting injuries and then I have to go way back the other way. So, yeah, maybe I'll do 15 though.
Okay.
I liked it. Good compromise.
Yes.
I like 15. Now I will do 15 this week. I agree.
I love it. All right. So I encourage you to start a morning routine. And if you don't have one, just start small. If you do have one, what do you need to get rid of, or what do you want to tweak or change? We'd love to hear it in the comments below.
Yeah.
Shoot us a
It
message.
doesn't have to change overnight, but even when you do the baby step, like me, just wanted to get back into better shape, just doing the baby step of those squats, even though it sounds like nothing, it is something and heads you in the right direction. It's so much better than doing nothing every day.
Totally. 100%. Awesome.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, go be great.
right.
And
See you on the
see you on the
next
next one. Bye.